We saw Mattia consider his options just before folding. Now Gavin is going to...
Well, one thing to remember here is this is the exact situation that Fintan Allen 3-bet Jason Mercier and then showed the 10-6 earlier on. Jason Mercier raising from the cutoff and Fintan Allen coming over the top. And this time he passes. It's just really interesting. And the great thing about EPT Live is seeing all the hands and seeing how the dynamics develop between the players. If he 3-bets in there, it's a fascinating situation because Mercier, if you put yourself in Mercier's seat, what does he then think? He wouldn't do this to me again? Or he knows that I would know that he wouldn't? Anyway, he didn't. So we don't get the luxury of that. But it's one of the reasons that I love EPT Live, because you do see all the hands, and it is a different game when you know the dynamics between the players, as opposed to just seeing one-off hands.
Well, this is the thing. If you were just to watch highlights of this final table, you'd say, oh, that Mattia guy, all he's done is sit there and get lucky. But of course, he's played over the course of 5 days to get his seat at this final table. He must have done something right.
Grand pass.
Mercier's going to raise again, and this is the time that he's supposed to have a hand.
Jason raise 125.
Second time he opens the pot.
Quickly folded this time by both Mattia and Gavin.
Sebastian pass.
Just the big blind left. And Kitai will give it up.
Back-to-back pots for Jason Mercier, and 200,000 more in his stack than there were about 8 minutes ago.
Well, we've heard from the Irish contingent. Let's hear from the Italian fans as well. Plenty of support for Mattia out on the casino floor.
Yeah, there's been a lot of action over in this part of the room here. This is where the Italian crowd have been standing, and of course they're supporting Daniele Mattia. So you're a friend of Daniele's?
Yes, we are all friends of Daniele.
And you must be very proud of him. I mean, he's come down here to the final table. He's had some great luck as well, hasn't he?
Yes, but he's very good at playing poker, so we need luck, and we are gonna to win the tournament.
Yes. So he's in there with the skill, you're providing the luck, and he's all in at the moment. So let's go back to the commentary box.
Okay.
Yeah, nice timing to be with his supporters, because all his chips are in the middle.
Just the big blind left to act. Dren Ukela, who himself is short stacked, but I think Dren's got fewer chips than Mattia at the moment.
Yeah, very close. It would effectively knock either of them out. And that's huge. I know we keep repeating this point, but it's another 100,000 in stack, which was only 550,000, so it's 20% more than he had. Every time a short stack does that, it does make a big, big difference to them. He's hung on amazingly well, hasn't he?
Absolutely. He's been playing poker professionally for about 2 years now. He's played in tournaments all over Europe. Took down an event in July of last year for more than 70,000 euros. Has cashed in 7 events since then. Hangs around with other Italian pros, and they like to travel the circuit together. But it's his girlfriend Carla Salinas who is his biggest supporter, herself a highly successful poker player.
Fintan is raising to 115,000. Sebastian pass.
Almost the minimum raise, 115,000 the bet from Fintan Gavin.
Yeah, no problem.
Daniele Kitai on the button, and he's going to call. Well, this is interesting, James.
115.
David, he's called the early position raise on the button.
Drain pass. Big blind pass. 2 players.
Yeah, and he will play the hand in position. It'll be the pre-flop raiser who's first to speak when the flop is dealt.
And the flop comes. Check 6 king. Fintan is first to speak, and he checks.
Quick check from Fintan Gavin.
Yeah, interesting check, because it's not the worst flop to bet when you've opened the pot.
Davide bets.
How much does he bet there?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to get a count on that.
Bet is 150,000.
I don't know what sort of hand Davide would cold call the raise with.
Fint and pass. Davide takes the
Well,
call.
we won't find out. I guess it's conceivable he cold call with a king. I don't know. Maybe he'd cold call with king queen. You think he'd raise with ace king, re-raise with ace king. Interesting. Clearly Finton didn't fancy it.
Yeah, the bet of 150,000 was enough to take down the pot, and Davide goes above the million mark again. Nearly 1.2 million. Ruthenberg 1.4 million. Finton Gavin still with a chip lead, 1.5. And let's look at the bottom of the table. Drenu Keller 461,000 and Daniele Mazzia 666. Blinds currently 25,000 and 50,000. When we move on to the next level, it'll be 30-60.
And Finton is
Going to play half an hour of the next level before the dinner break.
to 120,000.
Well, this is supposed to be a hand. He's had to raise and then check fold on the flop in the last hand, and he's come straight out with another raise from under the gun.
Davide pass.
So it's, like I said, supposed to have a hand, but it could also be one of those situations where he knows that he's supposed to have a hand. So.
Grand pass.
Oh, the mind games.
Oh, he's going to get it through.
Pass.
The World Championship of Online Poker is, of course, running at the moment on PokerStars. In fact, that's where Vanessa Russo had to run off to. Daniel Negreanu is going to be playing in that next event as well, that $25,000 entry heads-up tournament. Live coverage of that event on PokerStars.tv. 33 events in total in the W Coupe, $30 million guaranteed in the prize pool. For the main event, which is going to kick off on the 21st of September, $5,200 to enter, or you can qualify online on PokerStars, and they're guaranteeing $10 million in the prize pool. Satellites running for as little as $2.20, and if we're talking about satellites, have to give one last mention to the EPT Live London Qualifier, a private tournament for people who are watching this webcast right now. Registration's closing in 10 minutes time. It's a private tournament, and what you get to win is a package which is your buy-in for the London leg of the EPT, your accommodation, your travel expenses. And it's in the private section of the tournament lobby on PokerStars. It is called, you're scrolling down the list of tournaments, EPT Live London Qualifier, and that's the password you need, Coren 2006, C-O-R-E-N, all lowercase, 2006. And best of luck if you're taking part in that. We'll monitor the progress of that tournament over the course of the evening as this final table continues. The Barcelona leg of the EPT, the first tournament of Season 5. He will be the inaugural champion of this season. Can Jason Mercier become the first player in EPT history to win more than one title?
Davide pass. Grand pass.
Action is on Mercier.
Jason pass.
Not going to play this one. Mazzia
Daniele pass.
folds the button. We're blind on blind. And Gavin announces raise.
And Finton raise.
Ruthenberg gives it up. He doesn't even see how big the raise is.
Wins.
Antes are posted once again. And the blinds.
I am a little bit surprised we're not seeing more action during this passage of play, because the blinds are big in relation to the stacks. I'm quite sure why that is. Maybe the right hands aren't coming out. to the right players.